What is up, beautiful strangers on the internet? I hope you're having a wonderful day. As I'm sure you can see by the title, today's video is kind of based around my go-to look when I have a acne issue. I think issue might be a very light word to use. My skin has been absolutely horrible over the past few months, so I've really had to alter what I've been doing for my makeup and what products I use. So I thought that I would show you guys what I've been currently doing to go from this to this, which is a much glowier, even, kind of perfected base. It's definitely not perfect, but it's 100% better than it was in the before photo, and that's what we're going after. So if you want to learn how I did this, keep on watching. Oh my god, it's even worse than HD. Ugh. Let's put on some primer so I can start to correct what's going on my face. I'm going to start off using the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Perfector. This is actually hilarious because when I first got this product, I was totally using it the wrong way and I really disliked it. I was using it on top of makeup to like press into my skin, and it just didn't really work for me like that. What I found is that it's kind of like the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, where you take this, and I like to use it on my fingers, and I press it into my skin. And I do it first and foremost as like a primer, and just in the areas where I have a little bit more visible pores. Though with that said, at this current point in time, I think my visible pores are the least of my skin issues, but they definitely still are a thing. So I'm going to place this primer in those spots. And the biggest thing to note with these type of like blur primers is that you don't want to swipe it across your skin, you just want to press it. If you swipe it, it can end up kind of coming off in chunks, and it just does not work at all. So I would definitely recommend pressing this well into your skin. Next up, I'm using the Corrector in the color Pistachio from Becca Cosmetics. This has been a daily staple for me for a while, since I've been struggling with my discoloration and acne. But I definitely do recommend using some type of a corrector, especially on really, really red patches, because it just really helps fight half the battle. I feel like I have to use less foundation, I use less product on my face if I just correct where I do have the redness first and foremost. It looks a little bit funky though. So this is the same kind of deal, I press it into my skin. I'm also going to take a corrector underneath my eyes, and I'm using the Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector. I forgot if I told you guys, but I originally bought this online thinking that it was the same as the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I just saw Bye Bye Under Eye and I'm like, oh, it's the same product. Turns out it's not. I ended up going back for the concealer, but I like this product better, so I use this a lot more than I use the other concealer. But I just kind of place it underneath in the really darkest spots of my eyes. I don't like drag it out this way, I just keep it kind of concentrated underneath. I've been opting for more like light medium buildable coverage that is more glowy or dewy because of the dry patches that I do have on my face and peeling skin. What I found has been really great for me is the NARS Sheer Glow, as well as the NYX Total Control Drops. These are great. I think I've spoken about these in a recent video, potentially. They're wonderful. I think that they're just such an inexpensive, wonderful foundation, and they're really, really great to mix with other ones. But I think I'm going to do a bit of a mix of these two onto a beauty blender and throw that on my face. For me, I think the shittiest part of acne is that I have to spend so much time covering it, or I feel like my makeup is never fun because I spend so much time trying to just get a blank canvas that by the time I get anywhere else on my face, I'm kind of like, oh my god, just get it over with. Does anyone feel this way? Because that's why, like, on my everyday, I just don't bother really wearing makeup, because I just feel like there's just no point in spending this much time just trying to cover something that just needs to breathe. I don't know. Let me know if that's your mindset as well. I'm now gonna move into doing my concealer. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I also bring this up onto my eyelid and use that as kind of my eye primer slash base. Now before that creases, I'm going to set it into place using the Ben Nye Cameo Powder. This has been a product that I've seriously had and used almost every time I've done my makeup since 2013, and there's still a third left. I don't understand how. It's like the Mary Poppins bag of freaking makeup, but check this product out. And just patting that on. Now, usually I would set the sides of my nose. I feel like my skin is way too dry and flaky to put like straight up powder on it, so I'm just gonna leave it, but I'm really not sure how to combat that. If you guys have perioral dermatitis, which is a huge mouthful, but if any of you suffer with that too, please let me know down below what you do to cover when it's flaky and dry, because oh my gosh, it just feels like makeup just doesn't want to stay on that area of my face. Kind of at a loss with that spot on my face. At least with other acne, you can kind of cover it, but as soon as you get dry, flaking skin, oh, it's a whole new beast. One of my staple products when I have clear skin as well as when I have not so clear skin is my Makeup Store Wonder Powder. This powder is awesome. When I'm more tan, I use the Gobi powder, but it's kind of like a blurring, softly blurring powder, if that kind of makes sense. Becca Cosmetics has a really similar one, but I like to take a tiny bit of that just on a tulip brush and just kind of put that in my cheek area. Cheek, temples, and slightly over my forehead. And I find that this just kind of helps my contour and blush and everything just kind of glide on easier and not really stick to any certain places. So this is a really nice powder to kind of blur and aid the rest of your makeup going on nicely. Grabbing my Cheek Parade palette, I am opening that up and using a mixture of the Hoola Light and Hoola colors. I really like this palette. The only thing that I don't really like is that there is an empty space once you take the brush out. I feel like nobody really uses those brushes anyway, so they should have just put 6 colors and put the brush on the side, but whatever. Now, since a lot of my acne is concentrated in the cheek area, I find that I don't really do like proper contouring or like a ton of contouring. I just kind of put a tiny little bit of color there, spread some onto my temples, and then take the tulip brush and kind of diffuse it. I find that if I put too much darkness there, it just makes the acne stand out more. So I do have to be a little bit more aware of darker products being put on my face. I don't think that I would ever do like a cream contour when my acne was flared. I feel like it would just not work very well. I'm also on the tulip brush taking a tiny bit more of the Hoola Light and just doing around the temples and my forehead. I'm so glad that they came out with a Hoola Light though. Like, what a great idea. I usually would also contour my nose a little bit, but like I said, since my nose is so dry currently, it just doesn't sit correctly. It doesn't really look right. So I would definitely say if you do have any type of flare up around your nose, maybe skip your nose contouring. I haven't really been wearing a full face of makeup daily, but when I do my makeup, I have been kind of condensing the products that I've been using. So I typically have been actually using my cheek palette for my eyes and just using the browns. But first off, I'm going to take this beautiful product from YSL. It is their Full Metal Shadows. I'm pretty sure I've used this previously in a video as well. It's in the color number 4. I don't think it actually has like a name color. That's the one thing that I would change about YSL products, is I would like them to have individual names for the products. But anyways, this is a beautiful kind of liquidy eyeshadow. I'm going to apply that just on the lid and on the inner corner. I love that this product is kind of like a My Skin but metallic. I think it's such a nice lid shade, and like even if you were to just put this in your inner corners, it would be so pretty. And then like I said, I've been going into my cheek palette and I'm going to pick up some more of that Hoola Light color onto a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to just lightly put that in the crease. Now onto another blending brush, I'm picking up the California color, and what I'm going to do is place that almost in the center of my crease, kind of wiggling back and forth. I'm not bringing it totally out to like the side here, I'm just focusing the color mainly in the middle. And then using a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm going to pick up some of the Hoola color and use that more in the outer little space where I didn't put the pink. And I'm just kind of rubbing the brush back and forth just to kind of place the color. I'm doing the hovering hand again. It's over here with my palette. I just realized, why am I still holding this? Can I please put you down? Okay. And then going back to my fluffier blending brush and just diffusing the edges. I'm going to take a little tiny bit more of that California color and just brighten up that pink. Blend it into the edges of the darker brown. And now for my inner corner highlight, what I'm going to take is an old favorite. I'm taking the Kitten Duo from Stila. Do they even sell these anymore? And I'm going to place that just in my inner corner. I'm going to go back into Hula Light and just dust that on my lower lash line. Just make sure that your lower lash color comes up and connects nicely with your lid color. To finish off the eyes, I am going to take the YSL Shocking pencil liquid liner. Is this a pencil? I guess felt tip liquid liner. And I'm going to do a tiny little thin line kind of more towards the outside of my eye. You could easily do a really cool cat eye with this, but like I said, when I haven't been in and practicing makeup, I am just horrible at things like that. Do you guys have that happen too, where you don't do your makeup for a while and then all of a sudden you're like, what am I doing? I would never attempt a wing if I hadn't worn much makeup earlier on in the week. I don't know, that's just me. But for this, I don't want to do a wing. I'm just gonna do just a little baby lining. So I'm only going to line until pretty much where my iris ends. If you guys can kind of see, that's where it starts and it's gonna come out to the outside. I'm gonna build the outside a little bit more though. I really like how black this liner is. I feel like a lot of felt tip pen liners, you have to continually go over and go over for it to be very opaque, but this is like black off the bat, and I really like the bendability of the liner thing. I don't know, like some of them are a little bit too sharp, or some of them are just, they're just not the right kind of feeling. This is just a really nice one. While my liner dries, I'm going to do my brows, and I've been reaching for powders recently, and I've been currently using the Maybelline brown tones. I have the hiccups, oh no. It's in the color 70D, and I take a mixture of the lighter and the darker. Brush my brows out first. I've been meaning to get my brows threaded, but every time I go to do it, I somehow wake up that morning with like acne right in my brows. Have you guys had that happen? It is horrible, because then you're like, well, I need my brows done, but it's probably not a good idea to wax or a good idea to thread. So I just end up plucking them, but then, I don't know, I prefer to have them threaded. I feel like they're just such a nicer shape when I do. But, oh my god, the struggle, right? I would really, really love to get my brows microbladed. I feel like doing my brows is one of my most dreaded parts of doing my makeup. I mean, other than skin, like we were talking about before, but like if my skin was fine or this or that, I don't know what it is about brows. I just always feel like, oh my god, I'm doing it wrong. For the longest time, like I didn't even know that you could fill brows in. Like when I first started on YouTube, man, like I had no idea that you were supposed to fill your brows in. I don't even remember how or why I started, but I just remember being like, oh, everyone else is doing this, should I be doing this? That was definitely something for me. Though I do read your guys' comments a lot saying that some of you don't even do your brows because you have such nice, luscious brows. So jealous. I wish that that was me. I think I might go and fake that by trying to do the brow tattooing though. I would be very curious. Is there anyone in the Vancouver area that you guys would recommend to get that done? Let me know. Help a girl out. I'm going to set that in using the Benefit Gimme Brow. Now the brows are done, I'm going to curl my lashes. I am using the YSL, what are you? The Mascara Volume Effect Mascara. I really love the brush on this. I think that it is right up my alley. It's like a little bit thicker and wider of a brush. Das is good. That is with one coat. I'm gonna let that dry and then put on a second coat, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, I also applied some obviously on my lower lashes. I'm going back into the color California, and taking a blush brush. I'm going to use this blush the way that it was actually intended to be used, which is on my cheeks. And again, I really can't stress enough how much pulling backwards instead of forwards makes a difference in cheeks. Like, it's just crazy. I really enjoy using similar and or the same tone with my blush and my eye look, because I feel like it just really ties your face together well. I don't know. Dust a tiny bit of that just on the center of my forehead. And then we're gonna finish off the face part with some highlights. I'm gonna take the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, my tried and true old favorite, and dust that just on the tops of my cheekbones and bringing that up and slightly underneath my brow. I'm also going to take just a touch of Mary Luminizer. It's just slightly more intense. I'm going to put that directly in the highest places on my cheeks, just to give a little bit more kazam, just like that. Super simple for lips lately because, like I said, I've just been so dry all the time. So I like to start off by using a lip chap. Any brand will do. I'm currently using the Burt's Bees one. And then I go into my favorite lip combo of the moment, which is what I wore the entire time I was at Coachella. Tons of you asked on my vlog too what lip color I was wearing, and it was consistently this. It is the lip liner from Essence in the color In the Nude, and I mixed that with the Vernis Levray YSL. It's kind of like a lip stain cream on top. Oh my god, this is so cute. I own, I say like 7 or 8 of these. They're beautiful. You need to go try one. They feel so good on. It's not drying. It's not like a lipstick that just feels like it sits on. It just sinks in and gives you beautiful color. Like a once over of filling in my lips with that lip pencil, and it's such a cheapie. It's like $2. And then, holy grail. Are you ready for this? Oh, it's beautiful. It's like a cream lip paint, I guess, is the best way to explain it. And it's just so comfortable to wear, even when I have dry lips. I think I'm just so used to wearing like matte, like liquid lipstick products that I forget how nice it is to have products that don't feel like that on your lips. So this will kind of sink in and set over the next 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm going to go do my hair and then I will show you guys the final look. So today, I guess my version of doing my hair is to put it up in a bun. Minimal effort. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found something new and or a new product to try. I would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments if you also have similar skin issues and or if you have skin issues in general. I always find it so helpful to get product recommendations and or like little tips and tricks of how you deal with the flaky skin around your nose or different things like that. Please don't be a stranger, help a sister out. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. Please, please, please subscribe, and that's it for me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.